My name is A01707472, and I'm going to talk a little bit about my experience with the two assigned videos and the interview. First of all, I didn't know how the current financial system worked. I kind of have an idea of which were the bases of it, but I didn't know the extent and the impact that it has in the society, in today's society. Also, something is that as the financial job is very close to humanities, it's not like technology where the creativity is what leads. I was expecting it to be a little bit more transparent. In the documentary The Inside Job, the narrative of it is very objective, and it shows how these companies were making some really awful things, like selling properties with tons of risk, which were qualified like very solid ones and free of risks until some point. To after bet against them. I learned a lot about dates, like how the crisis went in 2008, how the home foreclosures were rocketing and people couldn't afford to keep up with the prices, so lenders could no longer sell their loans to the investment banks, and because of it failed the economy. Also, something that I learned a lot about the documentary is how does the financial contracts, like the swap, works, how does the government influences in the financial system and vice versa, and how the decisions that big enterprises do affect us all, and in where, like in this case, that the economy collapsed, really the bad impact went to the poverty. Then in the movie, they show you a more subjective point of view. They firstly told you the story from some people that used this as an opportunity to gain money of it, but there were scenes where they showed you how actually this was affecting very, very, very badly a big portion of the society, and it really made me think a lot, and it really made me angry to see how did the mistake of the ones who were responsible of doing things right were not directed to them, but to the ones that were paying their taxes, and they just didn't know in what system they were forming part of. I think that the only way to improve the system is by improving the people that works on it, because if the people that work on this system is corrupt, then the system itself will be corrupt. As much as we do some changes, I think that the real change has to be in people, because in this case, there were companies that were assigned to qualify the enterprises, and by giving them money, these enterprises also lied, and because of it, a lot of problems were made because of this. Then after, about the stories of the 1944 crisis of Mexico, to the person that I interviewed, she told me that there were a lot of preoccupations with the value of the money, of the coin of Mexico. There were a lot of people who were desperate, those ones who had business, who had values or credits, or were investing in something new. They had lost it all. There was a very big social impact in the Mexicans. People went to extreme situations like suicide, which is very awful, and This led to a major change in everyone's life in this moment. Tons of lives were ruined, but what impacted the most was the ones who took away their life because they now had because of this crisis. I think I think that democracy has to do with this topic because in the end of the documentary we see how the president, who is chosen by the people, decides to put in charge the ones that were responsible for the crisis. So I think that that's something that people should that caused problems and is still causing problems till today. So that's all. Thank you.